get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switching from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. This cold weather ain't for me. Hit the bank, round your way. What you used to. And I'm grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep coming in. For the win, get it in. This ain't what you used to. So you get on my nerves. Try hit my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Round, swerve. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. No, you know the drill. Overpay and now I see the rail. This ain't what you used to. I get it in for my kids. Stack those chips and I get that check. Not what you used to. You see how I live, work my biz. I'm too far from the rest, not what you used to. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Double up. Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bitcoin Bowl. We're watching Bitcoin approaching this orange line. It's recently been rejected by the 200 moving average on this 10-second chart. We're waiting eagerly while it takes a small little time out to figure out what the hell it is going to do. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's looking kind of rough. Frank, what do you have to say? Well, thank you, Bob. I'm out here. I'm kind of rooting for this price to go down myself because I just think this is a worthless piece of crap. What the hell is crypto anyway? And it looks like it's getting ready to get a beat down is what I'm thinking, Frank. Bob, Frank, Bob, Frank. Bob, take it away. Thank you, Frank. You seem a little bit confused. I see that you're in your emotions just a little bit. And Bitcoin just hanging in there like a champ here on the 10-second. Taking it in the chin, taking it between the legs, taking hits every which way that it goes right now. Still hanging on, standing its ground on the 10-second. Not being pushed, not being pushed. Maybe, just maybe, we'll go to 100,000 and get that touchdown tonight. What do you think, Frank? Well, I think you're full of shit, Bob. Like I was saying, this is nothing but a useless utility, and right here it proves my point perfectly. Everybody's deciding to get this out of their portfolio because it stinks to high heaven. Have you not heard the words of wisdom coming from Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler? Do you not keep up with what is going on in America, Bob? For God's sakes. Frank, you seem just a little touchy tonight, and I understand, you know, things aren't going well at home, but keep the whole life out of it, Bob. Frank, I'm just trying to tell you, I have a Valium. If you need a Valium, I can hook you up, my friend. Right here, I'll just put the bottle right here on the table and slide it over to you. Just go ahead and, if you need one, take one. Frank, one. One, Frank. Frank, that's the only prescription I have, dude. Somebody call 911. There's going to be... Frank. Frank. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess this is me watching Bitcoin get tanked out here on the 10-second chart. And it looks like we are headed closer to zero by the second, each and every second. I hope you got your shorts on. For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. I am Road Dogg. Taking a look at the markets tonight as Bitcoin is taken here on the 10-second chart. Are you scared? Are you nervous? Let's see what Bitcoin is doing and what she has been doing. In order to do this, I just need to zoom out a little bit, do a little como sa. Well, I've been making my reputation on this idea that we were in a channel, you know, and then it looked really sucky when we broke back into it because my rules are, you know, we do that, expect to hit the bottom. We didn't hit the bottom, which, you know, also makes me look like an idiot, except for I did say, hey, we got this little half line. Yeah, I did. Anyway, Bitcoin just likes to make me look stupid. Now, she just likes to scare me. It's okay for it to come down and do this. The trick for my thing, what I'm looking for, what I'm hoping for, which should lead to like a big parabolic move to the upside, is why I'm keeping my eyes open for this, is if we do regain this little dotted line there. And you know, why leave it dotted now? It's obviously back into the picture right here. Until we get above that gorgeous little line there. Well, I'm in a bearish camp. That, yeah, we'll come back down here. We will visit the bottom of this trend line, this being a bearish retest. Doesn't have to be. So we're in a tricky situation where we could be looking at a nice parabolic move to the upside if we do get back up there. Hold on to your hats. Ooh, it would probably look kind of nice after it gets to a little choppy space. It does have a little choppy space it goes through. Or reject it here, and then, you know, we're going to take it on the chin, man. We're going to first come down and retest, or should come down to these areas near where we tested before, and possibly go lower. And believe it or not, you know, when you take your Fibonacci swing high to swing low on this move, well, I'm sorry, our swing low to swing high, because we want to see where price is going to fall on the ladder on the run down, right? 618 Fibonacci area is coming in at 59,456. If we can't make it up past this trend line, if we can't recover this area, what is this, about 63,800? Open a candle above that. If we can't do that, in this next little bit here, well, we are in trouble. They're coming down. It could be in the cards that we do come down to this area 59, and what more, that area that I talked about down here is not only the bottom of the trend line. I've also got one of my little famous 1272. Square root of the 618. Mystical marker is right here. Let me go ahead and throw a little line there. That's at 53,938. And technically, we can come down to this 1618 area, which has a little confluence with the 200 moving average here in the daily, and that's at 50,628. Those are not things that you want to hear right now. I'm sure I don't want to hear them right now either. I came to the stream last night feeling actually expecting to see the same bullish trend that I saw earlier, and last night I kind of turned a little bearish here on the stream. Kind of odd, you know, since price did go up after the stream, but I was warning that these areas up here, 59, only even up, maybe even up to 67 in this area, could be up for grabs for a reversal area. There are some ideas to look at on this smaller time frame. If we kind of use a local pattern there, we've got, you know, what could be considered a bump and run, or if you want to just consider this way, you would have a bullish megaphone and can simplify all this stuff. I find really easy. A very very likely pattern to break to the upside, which it did. Now the bump and run pattern has a target right up here about where it started. Not expecting much. That's about 67. We might still do that and we could still get rejected. We're kind of in an iffy no man's land when it comes to Bitcoin right now. Now, in the big scheme of things, we all know this number is going to go up. I mean, it's going to keep going up. Cycle after cycle, it's just going to keep making multiples. It's lower lows. If I had to guess what our next low would be for the next cycle, it would probably be not far from there as we are now, probably in the around 50. Maybe low 48s. Because you got to take into account when people get in and when they lose the pain. And that's kind of our new flourish area since we got the ETFs coming in there. And that helps us out, really. But this is a great time in the market where they would just love to flush us out. And that's why I like to keep my eye on this daily time frame. And I always just look back. Last time we were in a situation kind of like this where we were right around, our previous all-time high areas. Yeah, that was right here at, 19,000. And we came up and we tested right beneath it, hung around there, and we got a little bit above it. Kind of similar to what we're doing. Not exactly. We're a little bit higher. Well, actually we're in the same range right now, but very similar to what we saw over here. And there were two sizable pullbacks, about each of them close about 18 to 20% pullbacks there. A pullback, then everybody thought we were back up again, and then another slap down. Well, we've had a few slap downs where we are now. And then after they got everybody scared in the market, and there were bears out there crying, we're coming back down to 9,000, 12,000, 9,000, and even 3,000. That was it. It's over. Bull run is over. And those same people are still screaming that to this day. Oh, you might know what I'm talking about. But it amazes me because now he's just kind of a meme for being a bear. But used to, I would watch him a lot. And, I learned a lot by watching him, get my ideas. That's where I got the names to get. Actually, he was mentioning, someone asked him what's some good books and resources for learning the trade, and he said Thomas Bukowski and Wyckoff. Oh, I paid attention to that. And after a little while, I tracked all that stuff down. I was like, I'm going to learn this. I'm tired of getting beat in this market. And it's made a difference. It really, really made a difference. Enough of a difference that I don't have to go to the sleep factory from 9 to 5 every day. Mine wasn't 9 to 5. I had those wild shifts that usually get me home around 11 at night. And working all the weekends and holidays. And that sucks. Frankly, it just sucks. The only thing that sucks worse is having nothing to do. So here I am on YouTube. Hey! Trying to do something productive in my life and maybe help some other people attain that same dream. Because it seemed like it was far off, man. It did. I've got a question for everybody. I should have done a poll. Maybe I'll wait and do it another one. I'm just kind of curious, and I've always been curious about this. What do you guys think that, say, just your average person coming in the market, getting into crypto, saying, yeah, I'm going to try it. How much you think they put in the market, like their first go round? How much you think? I should do a poll to do that, I think. But I remember, I first got into crypto back in 2013. I think it was about mid or late 2013. Trying to figure out what the hell, wrap my mind around it, because it was hard. Even understand what Bitcoin was. That was hard for a long time. I just knew it was going to change everything. And it was too big to be ignored after I finally read about it. It came across my feeds or something every once in a while. I saw an article and I'm like, what's Bitcoin? And it happened a few more times. And I finally said, I want to look into that. I could have easily overlooked it and probably never saw anything for another year over it, because it wasn't very popular. But it got my taste into it. But I lost my ass for years and years, year after year, until finally all this stuff I thought looked like brain surgeon, and I thought you had to. I thought this was a lot harder than what it is. It's really not. This is really simple. The hard part is the controlling your emotions. That's the hard part.
But this will help you do it. If you can learn some simple TA, just get some simple rules under your belt. The rules are a big thing. You can develop your own or go by, you know, some that work for other people, or some of the standard rules of trading. I mean, you know, that will help. One of the rules I'm looking for right now, my rules in my game, my life-changing story. Where are you? This drawing tool is always... is that once we get what I call a bear trap, break back into this pattern, I am looking for a big-ass move. I don't want to miss that big-ass move. And it would be a deliciously big-ass move, much like what we saw. Right back over here. That said area. And this was the area that kicked it off. This is when Elon Musk was coming in, and then Michael Saylor was buying. And I think Elon Musk was buying, and that just was, oh, hell, Elon's on. We've all got to come in now. And we had fun, baby. Well, you know, I was just kind of cutting my teeth on all this trading and leverage stuff. And I think Market Cypher was just now coming out, and BitBoy, you know, he took 100,000 and leverage trade his way up to $1 million. He did it. He won and he lost. And he got liquidated several times, and using the high ass leverage of 30x, which sounded crazy. And here I am now finding myself using that all the time. And, you know, sometimes I get my ass handed to me too often with leverage on perpetuals. It's not the best way to make your money, but if you catch a run up like that, you can make some good money. Now, I think I'm an advocate for doing small leverage positions as soon as you can in the bear market. Low leverage, man. Think about it. Just 3 to 5x on Bitcoin. Manage it very well. Give your wiggle room for big ass drops, and you can take advantage of it. That can turn into a lot of money real quick. And I think I put a total of 0.35 Bitcoin altogether over on CoinEx right now, and I'm in control of my pad, and it keeps going up. I was surprised about that. I didn't expect it to keep going up. I'm just kind of using it to keep my account balance. I got 0.9 Bitcoin over there right now, so I'm like, man, can I get like 2 or 3 of these out of this deal? I'm going to try to work it to do that. I'm going to share that with the membership streams because I just don't feel comfortable putting that portfolio out here. I've got a little bit too much in there for me to feel comfortable with. But it's not huge. It's just, you know, gosh darn it, you know, you don't have to put everything out there on the internet. That's how people get killed, robbed. Yeah, all them people out there flexing. Yeah, baby. It's best if nobody knows. Be honest with you, best if nobody knows. Shout out to everybody joining me while I'm getting off and getting all philosophical. We got Road Dogs. Oh yeah, Road Dogs there. Dave P, how's it going? Rising sun. And there's Ostrega, my Road Dog. Crypto Rhino, hey, how's it going, brother? Crypto 420 says, let's go. Jamie Paycheck, how's it going, brother? In the moment, hey, there's a membership. Hey, awesome. Appreciate that. And Jamie says something, Road Dog, could you scope out Pepe briefly, sir? Yeah, let's take a look at Pepe. I just got out of my Pepe position. I probably got out too soon. But that was an accidental trade, an accidental paper trade. I think I probably did okay doing that. Pepe's looking good, actually. I mean, it's not going to be like just straight up. She's going to have her pullbacks and whatnot. Here on the daily. Now, this usually does not happen. You usually don't see price bounce out of a green cloud. I mean, it's just not normal. So I'm trying to figure. It's tricky for me to read those because I got to figure out, was that mean that eventually you're coming back down to get into your normal flow of things, which would be coming out of a red? So I keep these things in mind. But the big thing is, man, you got the breakout of, you know, we can consider this a falling wedge or a flag. If you want to consider it a flag, it's pretty impressive. I mean, you got a measured move that takes us to a very nice Let's see, we'll line this up at the bottom of the breakout. And, ooh, do I have to adjust it? I think I have to adjust it. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the right one. This is the blue one is the measure move line. That one right there. So that gives us 1418 as a nice measure move target. And there's several targets above there. This is a fib area that would count for a higher high. If she doesn't have enough gumption to get all the way and take off, this is usually the first fib level that would hit there, and that's at 1219. So I think she's got some good going up. Now we are finding resistance here, right? This previous high and also a fib level, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of the lines I draw are fib levels. Sometimes I'll just draw out support resistance, but a lot of times if you use the fibs the right way or a certain way, you often identify them just right on the knot, right on the nose, even before they happen. That's what's so freaky about the fibs. And people have a lot of different ways to do the fibs, and I've got to say, in all of trading, it's hard to say that there's an absolute right way and wrong way to do things. In some cases, I think you could say that, but there's also different ways to look at all this stuff and inverse ways to consider things and calculate things, and then you just start branching out and it just gets all amazing. But you just start out with the simple basics and you work yourself up from there, and the mysteries just start unfolding to you after you get the basics down. Spending time in this market. Like I said, the biggest thing is controlling your emotions, which this will help. So I've got this trend line here because I'm a big proponent of trend lines, and when that sucker breaks, that would be bad news that we'd be coming back down to this little lower area, probably retest that breakout. Could happen, or she could just keep chugging on along. I'll put that measure move over there because sometimes it looks like a trend line. So, I found myself, I didn't used to do this, but I do this all the time now because it works. Mostly. So I find the angle of the trend line that we're on, and I find the channel that we're in, and we got one hump, two hump. We could get 3 humps out of this guy before she breaks down. And of course, this could always do something crazy sooner, but typically we get 3 humps in a dump or 3 dumps in a pump. That's just kind of a general rule and kind of overlaps a little with the Elliott wave theory. It's a good general guideline, and I like those general guidelines that you can just throw out there that kind of easy to remember. So that's why I keep saying them over and over on this channel, because apparently it's the thing to reprogram your subconscious mind. All right, and it's just catchy things that you can remember, because I bet a lot of you guys will forever remember how wonderful double bottoms are. I doubt that if you've been watching my channel that you will ever look at a double bottom on the chart and not think, that looks nice, right? We'll get it in there. So I like trend lines. Don't mean to be all confusing with them and everything, but they tell you a lot if you listen. A whole lot if you listen. I think all these targets fall within our range of possibilities here, and cool. Now a pullback down to the 21 moving average, that could happen. So I just look at the bottom of the pattern here. Bouncing off the 9 is the best indication of a nice strong trend, and if you always look, they're always above the 9 until they're not, and then the trend changed. So I love that 9 moving average, and that's why I've always got it on there. I like to see where I'm at. That's why I keep a lot of this stuff on there on the screen. But if you don't have all this stuff, say if you're on an exchange and it doesn't have indicators and a nice little setup, or you find yourself in a situation where just don't have access to that, you can do just by price action and candles alone. And usually there's a volume indicator somewhere. That's just kind of standard. And if you got that and trend lines, baby, you can do some serious damage. All alone right there. So Peppy, to me, might come back to 770 area, and looks like she might want to do that now, getting some rejection up here. But this is on the daily. Let's come down to the smaller time frames and see what's going on. Here we have just a wee little bit of bearish divergence forming here. swing high to swing higher, and on our RSI it's a swing high to swing lower. On the top portion, that's for bearish. We measure bullishness from the underneath. That's probably one of the first things to get confused. Which one? What is this? Which one? I'm so confused. So if you just remember, bearish is the roof. You'll see how high is this roof? And then for bullishness, now you're watching underneath because you want it to go up. You want to lift it up, baby. Lift it up. So we put a Fibonacci here from swing high or swing low to this swing high. We got a little 3.8 coming in here. That'd be a nice little place to bounce. Kind of corresponds with this area over here. Bounce from 382 Fibonacci. If you get a solid bounce there, trend line kind of help you see that you might have a possibility of that. That's why I like to combine these things. And 50 moving average coming in there. It's also a known bounce point. Bouncing from a 382 is a pretty strong ass move, man. You could easily you can dang, man. That's when they can get a very good target. I mean, seriously. Did I just do oh crap, where'd you go? So you take a move. An easy way to do this without having to draw and bring out all the extra fibs or redraw a fib in another certain way. Just take that move. One-to-one move is what it is. And it's a one move that bounces off the Fibonacci area. That's what's so cool. And it takes you to a 1618 area. On here, I've got a -618. I got a little cheat thing over here. And it's not exactly precise. You would think that it would be, right? But there's a little bit of a difference in there. So you don't see me using them as often, but I use them in a pinch because they're so close. That's so good. But I'm getting 1102 as a good what would we call this? That will probably be your reversal area, honestly. And it may not happen until it reaches up the top of this trend line, and that could be Wednesday, May 15th. Can we do that? What's this? No, I don't want to do that. I want to note. I want to do this. Because I keep forgetting, right? Price note. Yeah, we can do a price note. And that was what, the 15th, I think is what we had. Right, got about right here. That's, gosh darn it. I'll just do text. Just, well, then I won't have my day. One of those days, I'm not as good as Joe for doing all this. I'm just like, Joe knows all the tricks. Okay, I give up. What is it, May 15th? Question mark? All right, so I'll just leave that there. It's a little sloppy, but no, I can't figure this crap out yet. I'm a boomer. But it's also a nice looking flag, and some people would look at it like that, and they would take the, to the upside, put it to the breakout. And that gets you a little higher, but check it out. Let's see how it works out. What I told you versus how the flag works out. Because if you backtest your ideas and you do your flag ideas, then you don't meet them most of the time. So there's something amiss with that idea, isn't there? However, the Fibonacci idea plays out pretty dang good. So I likes it. And that target again. Well, old Peppy, we'll move on to our next coin here. I just got to put my label there. Target by the 15, right there. So I'm thinking, hey man, 1097 by May 15th. Today is 6. Let's see if it happens. I don't know. Let's have fun with it. If it doesn't happen, you say, Road Dog, you suck. And let's see, now I had a channel going here, but you can see on here, it's not lining up very well. Let's see what we got now. I was respecting the angles and so, what was this? Or maybe we did that on a different time frame. That's probably what it was. You will see that your lines kind of change a little bit on different time frames. Ooh, okay, we got a little something there. Am I going to have to change this? I want to scoot you up so I don't have to. Oh man, do I have to change my idea? I believe I may have to change my idea, people. I'm saying 21st now. Ooh, a flip flopper. Let's tighten up my information here. It's all for fun anyway, right? Or you're about May 21st. Watch it happen tomorrow. And also, okay, so before we get too far off, other patterns, if you want to look at, we're looking at ball and wedge, and other people, you know, I'm sure that they'll see your head and shoulder, which this one can be. Yeah, I'm picky on that. I'm sorry, but I am. I have to have a neckline. And this one has one, so I'm like, cool. And it looks like it's confirming above that neckline, so I would say, hell to the yeah. Now you can take that little measure move right here and also get another little target. We got a wick there. That kind of makes it a little confusing, but we'll take it all the way down because that's what we're supposed to do. Follow it to the breakout above the neckline. And it also comes up to this area right around 1255. So we'll just keep it up here at 1227 because, you know, we took a little wick. Unless you want to be, you know, you can do what you want to do, though. I mean, I'm cool with this target right there. Front run it a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with front running them. Now, sometimes you'll get these fibs and some of these targets, and man, you will nail it. I mean, and it's cool. It's a good feeling. You're like, oh man, this stuff really works, and it gives you confidence in it. But you sometimes, and it could either be because maybe you were off on taking your fib measurement, maybe you're being a little sloppy, or maybe you know it just didn't get it. And the price just comes up just a little short. And you're like, oh, man. And so if you're approaching this as, well, that's the number I'm going to enter into the program right here. Okay, but that's being just a little too precise. You got to lighten up, baby. You got to treat this as a big old cloud, a big old cloudy zone, man. And lots of people, a lot of traders do front run that. And that's usually what you see if there's a lot of people trying to front run in. That's probably why that target did not get hit. People come in, So it's nothing in trading is 100%, but I gotta say, Fibonacci's, they rank up there, baby. Moving averages, they rank up there. The tools that I've found that work for me, they work very well for me. And hopefully, you know, if some of you probably already use them, or if you don't, you might think, oh, maybe that'll work for me too. I don't, you know. It's pretty much a, what do they call that? A la carte. It's just a big old buffet, man. You go pick up what works for you. It's your meal, baby. You gotta grab what you like. Let's come back to the chat and look for some more coins that you guys asking about, if there are any coin requests out there. All right, hey, thank you, Jamie, for the super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Makes me feel like I'm doing something. Even says Crody. Is that a coin? Haven's been knocking it out with these meme coins on Solana, so if he's mentioned something, it might be worth taking a look at. I'm just saying. What was it? Crody. It's Drake's cat. Wait a minute, I just lost it again. One of these days I'll figure this out. It's going up, but I bought it this morning. Crody. And I obviously misspelled that. Brody and Solana over here. Looks like that would be your best one right here. MY6R is the last three on that. Looks like it is all of them there. Okay, cool. Let's go check this out. Oh, she's going straight up. Oh, she just went straight up again. And we bought it this morning. It was somewhere through here, so that looks about what? About a 50% come up. like from this candle, I mean, he probably hadn't nailed the open, but if he did, 56% gains. That's pretty good, Haven. How are you finding all this stuff? That's what I'm wondering. It's just not, it's not my calling, but I find it really fascinating. Oh. All right, one of these days I want to click the right thing and I'll copy the, there we go. Park it right up here on top of this candle wick, and that's right to where it wicked and stopped, or I parked it right on top of the candle body. It cut through those wicks. That gives us 2 touches, makes it solid. We got 3 touches over here. Well, we got more than 3 touches. And so what is that, 36? So it could get rejected there, or you know the rules. If she gets up above there, it could look really pretty. Either for just a big ass parabolic move or come up and then, you know, trash us. They go either way, but it's good if it goes up. Cool. So let's see. Bottom of the trend line has us at 2.2 cents. Top of the trend line has us somewhere around 3.6-ish. Right above the, I'm on an hour candle right now. Well, that's cool. And that's a nice little range. That's a nice little trading range, man. You got a range here that gives you about 66%. If you trade this a couple of times and you get a couple of nice moves there, you can double or maybe even triple something and go up, come back by it again, it goes back up. You may not double it the first time around, but by the second time you might do it and then some, you know, play the ranges. So that may be what I don't know what he was doing, but he's whatever he's strategy he's doing, he's killing it. And let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3. Ooh, this could be your 5th wave if we do the Elliott thing, and I don't know if we got Elliott wave over here. Love this. Love that. So I'm sure that lots of people were looking at that as a head and shoulder. Can it be? Yeah. So I don't like this weight coming down. I think it looks good. Let's go see what else we got. Juan says some ICP. She's been pulling back a little lately, right? I've been trying to, I've been having to manage that trade because she's been a little bit more bearish than I expected. So I'm trying to figure out a way. Well, I need to figure out how to take advantage of this. Let's clear this whole guy out and zoom out. Because she's in a gorgeous accumulation zone, just retesting him. I'm pretty sure there is a 236 area right here, an accumulation area that we're bumping out of. Oh, above it even. It's a 382. Accumulation is way down here. Let's blow this up so we can see it. And it's you know, it had a good chance to come down and retest this. It hasn't done it. That's interesting to me. Might it be doing it soon? Oh, I would hate to see that. What we need to see is just to hold this area and just keep stair stepping up. Let's just leave all this. Let's get away from the accumulation, people. So looking back at where we were, you know, we got some nice things, and that was a strong move. If you were taking a measure move from this, you would have got part of it, but
there's no limit, I'm unstoppable. Stop myself and guilt, then it's possible. Nobody else, nobody else who play the
they could have played the flaggy flags.
Just to break the rules. Stop the water for the money and fill up my pool. Not my morals or my dignity, we keep it cool. Just to work for the system, use you like a tool.
That's cool that it did not come back down to that, but I don't. So the question I guess I'm looking at, are we coming back down here? 200 moving averages out here. We got a trend line that looks pretty significant. We don't have to touch the bottom. We could actually touch, the top, bounce off the top of it, and that kind of looks like almost what we did there. So I would look at that first. But it still looks like there might be a chance to come back to 1080, and if it doesn't come back quite as much, then it looks like along this trend line might be part of that. Let's see if this might give us some information from. It would be cool if it kind of bounced off of this area at 42, or well, no, not 42, 1239, and that would be cool. But I mean, we're on the daily here, and it's possible to see 10. Likely to see 1237, but I would really be targeting this area probably around 1150, just right at the bottom of the trend line there. And then if that trend line breaks, then we're coming down to this 1080 and this 38 fib. So I'm looking for us to come back to 38 fib area. Where we actually touch it or not, I don't know. But if we get a bounce from there, man, that would be, we need that. We need that. And it's a good chance because our moving averages, the bigger ones, are all headed to the upside. Let's pull out the cheater ones, the bigger ones. And okay, well, this is good. We got the 360 crossing the 800. That's good. Well, that could, all right. I'm kind of liking that. I don't like that this one is still beneath that, but that's happened. That's on a lot of altcoins, and it's going to just take a lot of time a little bit more time for that one to flip over on these bigger time frames. Let's come down to the 4 hour. Oh, there we go. Now that tells me something. We below the devil. She's sitting right on price action. She's what's driving our price down. But she's above the 800 on the 4 hour. That's good. That's where she needs to be. 300's above her. That's good. 200 crossed over. That's not so good, but they've got enough momentum that they can persuade that 200 to come on right back up. We just get the little guys on board here, and I think we're cool. So it might pull down to these areas. I'm going to definitely put some orders in around 1150 on my CoinEx account over there. I don't think I got that pulled up. Oh. Yeah, I also have to use a privacy method to get in there. So ICP, I like it. It's one that I've got that I'm holding for long term because even though Forbes, there's a big list that came out on Forbes a few nights ago trashing a lot of altcoins. Some of them were kind of trashy, like EOS. It hadn't been much of a performer, but I know ICP was on there. Caspa was even on there at the bottom. There's a lot of coins on there that Forbes is just kind of bad mouthing. But we got a bull market, and we all know that it's a bubble because it always pops every 4 years. It's just fun riding that bubble to the top and taking advantage of that, and all the coins do it. And it's the hype and the narrative. Sad to say, that is what drives this market. These projects are very, very much overvalued in the bull market. They just are more valued than lots of corporations out there with physical buildings and skyscrapers and whatnot. And you just got developers sitting in the basement, or could be sitting in the basement somewhere. Well, no, after they do it for a little while, they're sitting in some really high penthouses and things. But you see what I'm saying? But over the next 12 to 18 months, man, these suckers are gonna go, and they're going to inflate, and we're going to take advantage of that and make that life-changing money. How's it going, Juan? All right, we got. Hey, there's Joe. How's it going, Joe? In the moment, it says zombie chains. Yeah, that's what it was. They were calling the zombie chains, and there's zombie chains out there. Sleeko ABT. Let's take a look at art block. Right. I think Coinbase is about. Ooh, she's doing good. Kind of wish I had a bigger bag of this. I don't have huge bags of real world assets. I'm trying to build, some positions in them. I really like what we had, right the way we had it. Put that back. So, okay, well, targets reached and exceeded. It got up to where, about 384. Oh, awesome. If she can, the Ichimoku Cloud is suggesting that she's going to try to break out of this. So let's see what we got here. If she does, she's going to go freaking parallel. Like, where are my bodies? Right there. Oh, you're getting about the same thing we had before. Okay, that's cool. Take just a minute to take a closer look at this guy. Yeah, I'm cool with that. We spot for the brown eyes and the blow lights glowing on you. What you want, I'm outside. Spin the block on the downside. I'll be down, don't fold on me. I'm him to the gravestone. Church say 6, I'm a ghost son. God. You let her post with a camera. I like you better than candy ones. You left the city that gave you that. Not getting the quiet off. Respect I'm looking for. Well, bless your heart. Hey, go and protect your heart. Sit down, I'ma hold that line. Only know how to play my part. I look about 415. I feel comfortable with that target. But then again, that brings up the issue. If it gets that target, I mean, it could probably hit it within this trend line, but it should be, man, we should be getting ready for. Give me just a second, just kind of look at this. Okay, that, no. Seriously? All right, we're going to bring in Elliot. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So, yeah. But doing the Elliot way, and there's different ways to do that, and that's why we got different ideas here. But I was seeing this blue thing. That's the only thing that made sense to me, was this being a one way, this being the 3, which needs to be the biggest one, and that made sense. And then 4, and then this would be our 5, then an A, B, C correction, and then we figure out if we go up or down. So it kind of suggests that, well, really, she may be coming down here and then making a double top, and she may hit this pattern. She may hit that area at 414, or she may not get higher than 381. Just keep that in mind. She may be making a double top now, and whether it continues upward or not, we gotta wait. So I find that interesting. So she's getting close, really. Well, according to Elliot, she should be coming down. Now, I'm not quite seeing that. I'm seeing some bullishness here on the... Let's get some other indicators in this. Ichimoku Cloud likes it. I see that very clear. And I don't like this for a trend line. It's not solid enough for me at all, but... So I'd rather just go by the angles that we had. Well, all we can say for sure is that it could be coming back down to this 21 moving average area, the bottom of this channel here, somewhere in 255. Or if she gets bullish and breaks out of this, I would extend this line to here, I would say if she gets above 380 where she was before and starts breaking out this trend, out of this channel, then man, that could be pretty nice. It might be a lot bigger than the target over here of 521. That might just be, it might just blast through that. Who knows? Should have some kind of effect on it, but if she does get really bullish, I'd be looking for higher targets than 523, honestly. But she should be pulling back. She should be, and maybe come back and touch $4. Any zone from where we closed the candle at 345 on up to 415. Oh. And then again, she might be double topping here, according to Elliott. And this one might be lower. But it looks good. That was a nice move today. So, or a nice move over this past week. She's been up 50%. That's nice. Nice. I've got to check on mine. I haven't checked on that. And our other indicators here on the daily saying that, yeah, she could probably use a little break. Let's check the 4 hour just to see what that looks like. 4 hour is, I consider this bearish just because I'm going to have to recount that. I'm going to have to correct that here in just a second. She's above the 9 moving average. And my rule is if she's above the 9 on whatever time frames I'm looking for, she's good. If she's above the 9, I've always got her back. That's just my rule. Even though she's below the 21. But when she loses that 9 moving average, I'm going to talk bad about her. And she knows that. So you need to stay above the 9, baby. Or I'm going to talk bad about you. You know it's coming if you do it. But if you don't, I'm going to talk really, really sweet to you every time I see you. If you're above that 9 moving average. She might be flagging. Let's keep it up. Oh, I saw that tornado watch, Haven. That looked kind of rough, man. That looked huge. I hope you guys stay safe. And you got a horrible co-found. Hope you feel better, man. Making your own money is, yeah, it is nice. That security that you get from having that you know, life-changing money. That it's just money can create problems, but it can also relieve them. It's good and bad at the same time. It's nice. That's what I like about wealth. It's the security. I don't have to worry about when things go bad or missing out on opportunities. It's a nice change that everybody should, statistically can, but everybody should have that opportunity to not be a slave to this corporate system we got that's running us into the ground, sucking all of our lifeblood so that they can be elite. Haven says, excited about stealing some money from Wall Street. There we go. That's my man. Moneymaker, hey, welcome to stream. Would you take a look at Near? I sure will. That's a great one to look at. Been in Near for a long time. A long time. There's at 752. Nice little breakout, it looks like. I want to zoom up to a bigger time frame. Cut out some of that noise. There's still some bunch of noise. Nice little loop. You know. It could be a. Some people might see that as a complex head and shoulder. It could be. I'm picky than some folks. But it might be. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Probably got another shoulder to go to make it a little bit more symmetrical and then to the upside. But let's look at what we were looking at before. Breakout, bear trap. I like that too. Checking out my moving averages. Got the 200 crossing 800. Always a good one. Always a good one. Now, there might be a pullback after something like that happens, but it overall is a good sign that that's kind of like a super golden cross, in my opinion. When the 200 crosses 800, I mean, it's back on track now. We got the 300 crossing the 600, and that's good too. Eventually, the 300 will cross the 800. Everything helps, but momentum is starting to go, and you're starting to see that on the price on near. So, wow, near. I've got targets at 1035, 1159, and 1272 for near. And even if you treat this as, depending on how you want to take this move, this should be your move. She doesn't look so much flaggy when I do this, though. I'll be honest with you. That takes us up to about this 11.50 cent area. But the biggest thing to do is just kind of zoom out, take these bigger moving averages off, and realize that the major trend line that we broke, we regained it, and that's imperative that we hold that. That trend line is, what's the price on it? Let's get rid of that. 592. So basically, we don't want to ever see it break below 592 again, because that would be bad news, especially now she's starting to look bullish, right? So that's cool. She breaking above this trend line and flagging out above it is big to me. So I can see a nice big move, maybe even more toward $11-12 than 10. So I like that. That looks bullish. It makes me want to see if there's an entry over here. On a smaller time frame, she's regaining that now. Looks like on the 4 hour. That's bullish as all get out. What are you doing, girl? Oh, you going crazy on me now? For real? Before she gets too crazy, and she's just now got a higher high above the 9. Coming down on, you're going to give me a chance. You're going to give me a chance. I've already got a position, but I want to add a little to that bag at the moment. Not much, just a little bit, because she goes up to $12. That translates into my margin play is making me a lot more Bitcoin. Basically, is how I play this. Ooh, 0.91 now. Nice. Don't go crazy on me. Where are you, Near? I gotta find you. Oh, and I've already got some. Oh, cool. I don't have to borrow. I'm ready to go. Just a little nibble. Alrighty, and now that gives me, on this account, 375 near. And my risk is still good. Cool. Let's go. I like near. Let's do it, baby. I like that $12 area. 10, 11, 12, we all had those areas. Put it on the screen one more time. There, where'd you go? And do keep in mind, with these breakouts, there always is a chance to come back to the breakout area. Now, you can also look at this like this. This is not the best trend line in the world. And if we were to take into consideration all the new information that we have, we would actually have a bullish megaphone pattern, which it should have. I believe it is 72% chance to break to the upside on these type patterns. So I like what we're seeing here. They just confirm support resistance flip at the $5 area, and let's rip it in here. Trigger says, if I pierce, I know the government won't get none of it. Oh, no problem, Moneymaker. Glad to have you here, man. All right, and let's see. One on my list to look at. I feel like I keep looking at a lot of the same ones. I might bore you guys, but one I haven't looked at in a while is INJ, and she's been down for a while. BitBoy's just now figuring out about INJ. I'm like, it was at $3 for the longest. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, okay, you came down here. We had that. You came up, and you found support. That's a good sign. Good sign. But are you backwards? All right. There we go. So swing low to swing high. We bounced off the 618 for this little guy. That should take us back up to this area. It's right up here, right around 3267. I mean, nice. Just doing this off the cuff here. And then you got this possible double bottom. This forming, this W needs to get up above this area at $30 to confirm. Once that confirms, you got to measure move just from that alone. Maybe I'm not going to take the wick into account, but technically I think you could. That gets us up to this area about $38. So we got that area. If you want to take the wick into account, there might be something there. It does kind of line up with some areas over here, so it's going to be a nice target anyway. 41.29. Let's see, we had some other moves up here that didn't quite get hit. I'll leave that there just for giggles at the moment. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, and if we pull the Fibonacci out there, it's got some confluence here for that one at the 41. So, well, if I got more than one thing pointing in one direction, I kind of like to look at it. I also got a trend line from something here hitting at my 50. That might be something to look at. Really need to verify it, zoom out. And then this measure move fell just a little short of this 382, and honestly I would take it and move it up there, but I'll just leave it there for right now. $33.82 looks like it could definitely come on the radar too. INJ. So there's got to be, there's a channel here that can find some rejection on. I don't want to forget about that. And so that kind of corresponds with this $37 area. She might come up here and get rejected. Sucks, but you know, that's just where we are right now. Dog with hat.
Oh, no.
Coming in at 335 right now. Is she working on getting a golden, or possibly working on getting a golden cross? If this blue 50 moving average crosses bullishly over that 200, that would be the official buy signal for the 4-hour time frame. Nice little double W pattern right there. Got a measure move coming in at 464 for this channel that we just broke out of. You can see if that little guy hits out, but with having a nice little day-to-day, making some gains. It's been hitting up to 367, 358, hanging at 334 right now. Above the above the 9 moving average. Looks like it's about to duck lip off the 21. Let's hope that it duck lips off and keeps going up. If not, then it goes down. We don't want it to go down. We want it to keep going up. But she's in danger though. What you say on the 1 hour? You flirting with coming down. 9's under 21, so she's flirting with that idea. She getting tricky on us. Got any divergence there? 4 hours got a green dot. That's cool. She's just playing. She got her breakout. She's got some volume behind her there. She's above the 200 moving average on the 400. And above the 9, can't say anything bad about her. Got a green dot. Likes it. Render, I'm always keeping my own render. I got a feeling this one's going to make some numbers. I'm looking for like $40 render. Not yet, but... So... basically, in a channel, we're just kind of identifying, you know, that little halfway mark right through here that could give us some resistance somewhere, maybe about 1152. Might happen that we kind of get caught up in that area and come back down a little bit. Just saying. And again, if we start coming back down, just take the new information into account here. Could be back down to this area at 781 if we decide to take some other drop, but we're not there. Right now, let's just worry about hitting 1152 and maybe coming up here to $15.
Yeah, I'ma just do what I want. I don't need no approval. I'ma just do whatever I feel like. Going out all night with my friends, spend the whole day just laying in bed. Please don't mess with my mood. Don't say what to do. Yeah, I'ma just do what I want.
Okay, so Grimmer's asking if I understand you. When all season starts, what's a good take profit strategy to have, or a good idea to sell? For altcoin season, there's a couple of things you need to watch out for. You need to be watching, in my opinion, Total 3 or others that we normally watch over here. I got it over here. Those are great to watch for altcoin seasons, and of course, Bitcoin dominance. We kind of got to really nail it. I like to do a lot of different things together, but an easier way is if we pull up Total 3 and we come up to the weekly. I'm going to go ahead and clear this. Can I clear this out? It sounds, I feel like it's just all cluttered up. I like redrawing stuff anyway. Oh, look, we're below the 9 on the weekly. No bueno. I'm going to encourage you to watch Total 3. Keep an eye on the 9 moving average, and we can take some other things into consideration. But I would advise you to keep an eye on that, and when it starts getting close to that,
don't try to tell me how to live.
this is one of the biggest things, is the 9 moving average on the bigger time frames. That's probably one of the most helpful things. That and your standard trend line. It's kind of the same things that I've been teaching here. The trend lines, I think, will help you nail it more than anything. Because if you can track this stuff on the bigger time frames, but you know, there'll be this is, and it really works on your emotions then, because everybody's thinking the number's going to go up or whatever. But if you start seeing the possibility of getting close to losing the 9 moving average, and especially losing the trend line, that's a good time to start getting out. Anytime that you break your major trend line, and that's why I preach it. And you gotta kind of keep an eye on it, because you see it kind of changes here. So if you start watching you want to keep your main trend lines open, if that makes sense. I'm not explaining myself well tonight, I don't think. But or the daily chart works good, and do it on both of them. But this has been the best thing that I have found to help really nail any kind of move or exit, is just your solid trend line. If you're tracking that same trend line and you start seeing you're starting to lose it, then that's your signal. Now this one popped out, but notice when they lose it, they will come back for a retest, especially on the bigger time frames, especially like it's not going to reverse one direction and just start heading totally down. They do. Did we just lose it? Where'd you go? I was looking for my trend line. There we are. Trying to zoom in and I got lost. I'm still lost. Gosh darn it. Can we just, oh, here we are. I thought we were here. Have you not caught up? What's the deal? All right, I don't know what the hell's going on here now. All right, well, you're working on the daily. I'm trying to come down to the smaller time frame just to look at it. That's one of the biggest things that I've got. But I do like the 9 and 21. I do use that, and also another one, and just like I've been talking about over here on the stream, the MACD on the weekly. That's your best friend. When he crosses, it's over, baby. Or you need to be looking, taking the cross serious. So when you start seeing it wanting to cross on like a weekly, that's the thing, on the weekly time frames. Those are when you really want to pay attention. So, and it's hard to see when it's going on, and it's easy to convince yourself, oh, that's not going to happen. But those are the kind of lines in the sands I look for. That's why I've been preaching about this Bitcoin. Bitcoin crossed bearishly here, and I'm thinking, well, there's going to be some repercussions from that. There just is. That's a lagging indicator. It's slow to the game, and it's also on a bigger time frame, and it holds a lot of weight. And there are some other ticks and tricks that I can get into. They're a little bit more when we start looking and comparing, Bitcoin dominance and things like that. That's very important. I'll go over that at a different time. I'll probably do that in a membership stream or something. And I think you're in that. If not, yeah, you are. I can go in more detail because we have more time for that. But there are ways that you can get the signs to know when to look at the toppy tops. That, and then again, and if you're watching my channel, I'm going to keep up with it because I'll be using my fib levels and everything, man. I'm going to come really, my goal is to come really close to nailing the top.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have to be your goal. The biggest thing that I can recommend, this is what I am doing, and I've mentioned this at times, for an exit strategy on your altcoins as we start getting, usually you will get a high in Bitcoin. This is what we found out. Bitcoin will top out, and then about a month later, usually altcoins top out. That's the general rule. Now, it doesn't always work that way. And then when we got the double tops last time, we didn't get the blow off top. Usually, everybody's looking for a blow off top out of Bitcoin, waiting a month, and altcoins go to the sky. It didn't quite play out that way. But there is a time lag between when Bitcoin tops out and starts coming sideways and stuff, and then altcoins start going off. So we will keep a look at all those things too. But my strategy, what I'm doing is that as this market's going up each month, I mean, think of all the multiples that you will make over this next year in your altcoins, month to month. All right. I mean, this is recovery from where we were at 57,000 where we are now in Bitcoin and with altcoins and everything. And altcoins haven't even recovered yet. There's been a nice little bump up in portfolio. Of course, I've got a lot of, more heavy in Bitcoin. So I've liked the recovery on that so far. But my plan is I'm getting a percentage that I'm pulling out of the market every month. Just doing it of my total value. So let's say if, this is May, right? Or for May. Well, let's say I got a total value of $100,000. My portfolio is worth that or something. Okay, well, I'm going to take out $5,000 that month. Well, June, that portfolio might be worth $130,000. Well, I'm going to take out my 5% of that. July, we may be up. I don't know. Let's say we're down to $80,000. $80,000 in July, wherever that is. Well, I'll take my 5% out of that month. And I'm going to keep pulling my profits off each month. And that way I've got a supply of dry powder. And I'm also capitalizing on the move. So I'm not riding the roller coaster as much. Because it sucks when you see your account go up. Say your account goes up to $100,000 and then all of a sudden it comes back down and you're hanging around 68. And you're like, man, I could have played that so different if I'd had a strategy where I took out some capital. I would have all the dry powder to take advantage of these juicy moves, and then when the price goes up again, I can make more multiples. That's where we're missing it, is that we're not having the dry powder when all these big drops come. So that's why this time I'm doing a little bit more of a time-based strategy on pulling out on my bigger positions. Now my trades and all the other stuff, I've got that going on just as normal, but my investment positions, I'm making a point, and I'm not been that great at it because darn it, it's hard to do. It's hard to pull that up. So I'm taking, if let's say you got to pull out $5,000 a month. Let's just say that. Well, I divide that by 30 days, and then I got a target that I can kind of shoot for every day, take a little nibble here, a little nibble there, and that seems to work. And then by the end of the month, I'm at my goal. I got my dry powder. It adds up over time. Now imagine you're stacking up, $5,000 to $10,000, somewhere range between that, at least $5,000 every month. It'll grow up as your portfolio goes up exponentially. Remember, it adds up. You might want to do 10%, but I just didn't want to sell too much too soon. That's another way. That's something different that I'm doing this market too. But the altcoin top, that will be tricky. But there are some tricks to the trade that we will apply, and I will definitely be sharing that here on the channel for free to everybody who wants to hang out and watch. But yeah, I do have some nice things to put into play up there. I'm ready for it. I don't know if I'll nail the top, but I got a lot of tools at my disposal, and I'm still looking. Trendline lies, man. That's another little thing just to kind of put on the radar. As it stands right now, I'm not seeing anything more than 86,000 because she's got rejected off that trend line all those times. And I would actually be disappointed if we didn't actually touch that trend line. Because to me, the way I interpreted this, if it's not strong enough to come up and tap that trend line again, it's losing momentum. So I would expect it to, if she starts turning around before then can't make it, I would expect a reversal and I expect a bigger pullback. If she can come up and tap it and pulls back, well, that's cool. I'm expecting more of a healthier pullback and maybe a possible breakout. Just some of the ideas I got for Bitcoin that I'll be watching as we start getting up in those areas eventually. And I'm hoping that this is our first steps to get up there. We just got to clear some hurdles here. But she's not invalidated my idea just yet, and I'm looking for a possible big ass move eventually after we clear some of these. It's going to take a while. But whether you're looking at this as Wyckoff reaccumulation, or as like I am, as a bear trap that's come back into a pattern, both of those scenarios would lead to a strong move to the upside that could actually go up to 86. Well, I don't know. It's too early to tell, though. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. It is 11:48. Time for me to turn into a pumpkin. I will be back again tomorrow night. I'm trying to go for 10:30. Trying to get that earlier time slot. So far, it worked out tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys again tomorrow night. And do be I guess the bell notification for a membership stream, because I don't know when I want to do that. And I want to put something together kind of cool. And, I was talking about doing a trading course. I'm going to get back to talking about, this, that. But man, there's just a lot of stuff that we cover in the membership streams. Just depending on how interested people want to get into it. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night, John boy.
Well, it's all right now because anything